The Legends franchise is finally here. Now, a rundown of how this is basically going to work. Each week, I'm going to give you guys a poll in the top right of the video, which you can vote on right now, that is 4 different matchups. I want you guys to go ahead and choose which matchup you most want to see, and then leave me a comment down below with which team I should actually play as. So, as you can see on screen, here's a look at the 49ers roster. I mean, this team is stacked from top to bottom, and they're the first team we're going to run with. So, Joe Montana, Steve Young, Jeff Garcia is there as well. At halfback, you got Roger Craig, Frank Gore, Ricky Waters is there too. At wide receiver, look at this core. You got Terrell Owens, you have Jerry Rice, John Taylor, Dwight Clark, and Michael Crabtree. Don't you ever talk about me, Crabtree. All of those guys are there. Now, the first team that the 49ers face would be the Panthers. Now, they have Greg Olsen, Chris Jenkins, Julius Peppers in his prime, Luke Kuechly, Jordan Gross. Something I want to point out to a lot of you guys is the faces aren't going to be actually the legends. Now, sometimes these players are going to have old ages, like you see Julius Peppers is 37. That's because you can't actually edit the age in Madden. So to make sure he had his age, we're going to make sure that he stays at 37, but we edit his attributes so that it rightly reflects what he was in his prime. So Steve Smith, Cam Newton, Thomas Davis here, Josh Norman is back on the Panthers. So many good players are here. And as I flash through these rosters to show you guys how everybody's basically built or each team is constructed, I want to give you guys a reminder, this is going to be played on all Madden difficulty. We're going to use play the moments to make it kind of competitive, and that way I don't win every single game. You can kind of see both offense and defense from both teams. It should be pretty fun. And if you guys are hyped for this Legends franchise and you want to see more gameplay and want to see me complete an entire season playing as a different team each and every week, make sure you guys leave a like. Let's go for 500 likes in the first episode. Vote in the poll, and then leave me a comment down below with which one of those 4 matchups you want to see me play as for a particular team. And with that being said, the lineups are set. The team is ready to go. Steve Young will start at quarterback. And then if you want to look at the 49ers defense really quick, you got Alden Smith, Patrick Willis, Bill Romanowski, Ronnie Lott. This is a hard-hitting team, and they are going to be tough for the Panthers to beat today. And the first matchup of this Legends franchise will be the Carolina Panthers at the San Francisco 49ers. And it wouldn't be right if we didn't rock the retro uniforms for the 49ers. Unfortunately, well, the Panthers don't really have retro uniforms in the game. We're going to rock the all-white uniforms, make them feel special too. But this 49ers team is absolutely stacked, but do not sleep on the Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton is a weapon. He's in his prime right now at a 96 overall. Can he get the job done against this crazy defense and lead his team to a victory? Let's find out. The 49ers kick off the Legends franchise here week number 1, starting on offense. Now a good little play action fake. Got a running back wide open to Roger Craig, who falls down, and then Roger Craig keeps it moving. Look at the old fella get down there, get in 6 yards. It's kind of surreal to see all these players playing together. Now, some of these 49ers did play together, but still, Steve Young out here trying to cook today. There's a pass at the tight end, and Jones makes some room and gets down here to the 31. And we've definitely stayed with the passing game here in the first part of the drive, but now it's time to see what Roger Craig can do on the ground. So Steve Young under center, hands the ball off to Craig. Craig goes, makes a couple of broken tackles, but only gets about 3. Jerry Rice put out to the right-hand side all by his lonesome. The safety's coming up a little bit. Steve Young's floating. Steve Young throws one. It's dangerous. Jerry Rice nearly comes down with that one, but a great play by Josh Norman to break that one up. A crucial 3rd down and 8 for San Fran. Now, Steve Young under center again. The play action fake. He's got a couple of options here. Could Steve Young actually run this one? Steve Young decides to keep this one. Steve Young fights for the first. He fumbles. It's picked up by Roger Craig, saving the drive, keeping it alive at the 14. Steve Young in shotgun and Terrell Owens in the slot. You're going to see Terrell Owens go across the middle. A pass goes to T.O. T.O. tries to turn the field. T.O. trucks a defender. Kurt Coleman died on that play. T.O. looking like a veteran out there. Big-time players making big-time plays. Joe Montana chilling on the bench has to be a little salty right now. And Steve Young says, let me throw it here to Dwight Clark, who can't quite come down with it. You think if Joe Montana threw it, maybe Dwight Clark actually catches that one. Carolina is looking to make another big stop here. 2nd and goal on the 2-yard line. The 49ers could be running, could be passing. Looks like they opt to actually go to pass this one. Steve Young's going to step up in the slot a little bit. Steve Young stretches in. Steve Young breaks a tackle, and Steve Young gets into the end zone. Thomas Davis Sr. could not wrap him up, and Steve Young scores the first touchdown of the Legends franchise. Now, Carolina does score when they get the ball on defense, so it's tied up at 7-7. You're going to see Steve Young again going to the play action. All the time in the world, Steve Young's gonna roll out. He's got a guy running here. He throws it to Vernon Davis, and Vernon Davis hauls that one in for a big grab down to the 48. Roger Craig this time lines up to the left-hand side. Steve Young's gonna hand it off to him. Roger Craig goes through for about 5 on that carry. The first quarter is coming down to a close, but Steve Young is still trying to put some points on the board. Now he's got Jerry Rice kind of out here floating. He throws one up, but Minter's gonna hold this one in. Big interception there. Roger Craig in on the tackle, but Mike Minter gets the first interception of the ball game now for Carolina, and this defense is hype. After the interception by San Fran, Carolina can't do anything with it on offense, so they end up punting it, but it's a nasty punt going down here. But Steve Young, with pressure in his face, throws it to John Taylor in triple coverage, mind you, but it is the perfect pass as John Taylor hauls that one in. 2nd and 9 with Young under center. Looking for some opportunities here. He's going to roll out to the right-hand side. He's scrambling a little bit. Could he pass it? Could he run it? Steve Young says, you know what, we're going to go ahead and run it, and he keeps it going out of bounds, getting the first down. 21 yards so far for Young. Plenty of play action so far for San Fran, and again, they go right back to the play action. It has been money all game long. Now, a couple of opportunities. X was wide open, but they decide not to. Steve Young holds on to it too long, though, and Julius Peppers gets his first sack of the year. 2nd and 19. Again, Young back here in shotgun, needing to get some sort of first down. He's going to float this one in double coverage. This one's up to T.O. T.O. nearly has it, but bobbles it at the last second. Now San Fran finds himself with a tough 3rd down and 19 yards. Plenty of yards to go, but they're going to float one over here. Jerry Rice has it, bobbles it, and he wouldn't have mattered because he was out of bounds anyways. Now Carolina ended up on offense getting all the way down to the 15, but they turned the ball over. So here we go, San Fran with the rock. You're going to see John Taylor moving out here across the slot and down to the 31. 1st and 10 again with Young under the center. He's rolling out with the play action. He's going to dump this one off to Roger Craig. Roger Craig tries to break free of Luke Kuechly, but he cannot. Vernon Davis lines up in the backfield on 2nd and 2. Steve Young again looking for something. Julius Peppers is there. He's going to try to throw one here. Vernon Davis is going to catch that one, somehow being in a scapegoat, and San Fran uses their first timeout. 2 left here in the first half. On a new set of downs, you got 1 wide receiver set out to the left-hand side and a couple here in the slot. Now a pass is thrown out here, and John Taylor hauls that one in, avoids the hard hits, and San Fran uses another timeout now with the ball on the 46. Another first down for San Fran, and they go right back to the play action. Now T.O.'s got to step on the cornerback. He goes up, and T.O. catches that one. A big-time reception there by Terrell Owens. The young fella hauls that one in single coverage, and that's the first career passing touchdown for Steve Young now, because this is a Legends franchise. It's brand new. Big-time play for San Fran. So going into halftime after a rushing touchdown by Steve Young and then a major reception there by Terrell Owens, it's a 14-7 lead for the 49ers. Now 2nd and 14, you're going to see Greg Olsen move in motion. He moves back to the right-hand side. And the handoff to Stephen Davis this time again goes nowhere. But Stephen Davis has 80 yards rushing so far, but that makes it 3rd and 14. Now Cam Newton again in shotgun, trying to find something to work for this offense. Now Cam is running out, but Dean gets the big sack there, forcing him down. His first sack of the afternoon to make it 4th and 26. A deep field goal attempt is about to come up. If Carolina gets a stop here on 3rd and 2, they are poised to get back here and do something on offense, but Luke Kuechly steps up in the gap, fills the hole, and Roger Craig cannot get anything going. That makes it 4th and 1, time to punt for San Fran. But wait a second, San Fran says we're going to go ahead and try for the field goal here. So this is a 13-mile-an-hour wind to their back. Can they actually get this one to drop? Maybe that's why we didn't see Carolina actually kick a field goal on their side. This one's going to be up. This one's hooking. It's going to be close. And that one is good. A 60-yard field goal by San Fran makes it 17-7 with the help of 13-mile-an-hour winds. Now there's an opportunity here for San Fran to go ahead and get this score in. So Steve Young drops back. He's looking for something. He's got T.O. kind of across the middle. T.O. holds that one in, but again, they force it out. Chris Gamble in there to stop that one. Josh Norman and this Panthers defense are looking to get a major stop. Now we got Roger Craig across the middle. We're going to find him. Roger Craig's going to try to get into the end zone. He sniffed the end zone, but he could not get in there. On 1st and goal, Carolina is crowding the line of scrimmage. Now the blitz is coming in hot. Across the middle, though, we see Jerry Rice, and Jerry Rice is going to catch that one, but they say he didn't get his feet in bounds. It's not a touchdown. Now San Francisco does say that it looks like a touchdown to them, so they're going to opt to challenge this play. Now we're going to see. It looks like 1 foot, maybe 2, but we can't get an actual look down at where he was. So again, 1 foot right there. The second one definitely is down. That's a touchdown if you ask me. Unfortunately, the referees do not agree with us, and they do not call that one a touchdown, so we're still 17-7. Again, Steve Young lines up. The pressure is here. It's mounting. He throws one here, and that one is blocked away. It's 3rd and goal. Carolina gets a stop here. They are still in this ball game, but if we can score, if San Fran can score, this game is definitely over. Now, Steve Young feels the pressure. He's rolling out to the right-hand side. He doesn't know what to do, and he holds on to it too long. He takes the sack, and it's now field goal time for San Francisco. So San Fran lines up for the field goal here. They're going to kick this one in. A 60-yarder went in earlier. This one should just be a chip shot. Joe Montana on the hold, and that one is going to go in to make it a 13-point lead. Now Cam Newton needs to get this offense going quickly for the Panthers. So Cam in shotgun. Got Kelvin Benjamin in the slot. He throws one out here to the flash this time to Greg Olsen, and that one is complete. 2nd and 8 with Stephen Davis in the backfield for Cam Newton. You're going to see Patrick Willis looking across the middle, trying to stop anything they're doing. Cam is out here running, and Cam is taken down this time by Frank Dean's 2nd sack of the ball game. So 3rd and 12, the Panthers end up bringing in D'Angelo Williams this time to help out in the pass game. Now across the middle goes Musa Muhammad. Musa Muhammad fumbles. Turner, the offensive lineman, is going to pick that one up. They get 6 yards, but it's still 4th down and 5. So it's 4th down at 5. Cam Newton needs to keep this drive alive by getting a first down, but there's a false start by the offensive lineman. Worst possible timing for the Panthers. After the false start, that makes it 4th and 10 for the Panthers. So Cam Newton throws one. He's got a guy wide open in Steve Smith, and Steve Smith hauls this one in at the 47. What a throw and what acknowledgement by Cam Newton to see Steve Smith wide open on the left-hand side. I thought he was going in the middle, but he ends up going deep to the right, and that one ends up working pretty well. Now here's Cam finding another guy across the middle. This one's going to be a hard hit. I believe Ronnie Lott in on that one. Alden Smith's going to bring this one up, and Alden Smith recovers it down to the 26. One more look at this hard hit here. 22 comes across. That was actually Hicks, Hicks in on the hit, and Alden Smith on the recovery, and now it's time for Steve Young to come back up and lead this offense one more time. A score here definitely puts the game away, so Steve Young here in the pocket. Throws one and is picked off by Josh Norman. They went for the wide receiver screen, and Josh Norman saw the route the entire time, gets into the end zone, and just wait a second, this game is not over just yet. With Steve Young throwing not 1, not 2, but 3 interceptions today, the 49ers said, look, Steve Young, you had an okay game, but they got to bring him out. So Joe Montana, one of the greatest, if not the greatest quarterbacks of all time, is now in the game, but he throws an interception. The pressure is in his face. Shaq Thompson intercepts it, and now Carolina could win this game with a touchdown. Unbelievable. A critical error there for the 49ers, and Cam Newton has a chance to win this ballgame. Can Cam become Superman yet again? They give it to Stephen Davis, who's running out to the right-hand side. He goes for the stiff arm. They're going to bring Stephen Davis down at the 2. 134 yards on the ground for the big fella. Things just got a whole lot more interesting. Cam Newton makes an adjustment at the line. They're going to hand this one off to, looks like the fullback, or actually Stephen Davis gets this one, and now he's down at the 1. 2nd and goal on the 1-yard line. Cam Newton trying to lead this offense here to a touchdown, and a big sack there by Bill Romanowski. 6 tackles. Cam Newton says he's going to go to the hurry-up offense now, so back in the shotgun. It's 3rd and goal. They don't want to waste any timeouts here in case we end up scoring. Ronnie Lott nearly seals the game with an interception there. Close play all around. This is the biggest play of the entire game. 4th and goal. Shotgun for the Carolina Panthers. A 6-point ball game. A touchdown gives them the lead. Now Cam Newton, he sees something. Patrick Willis goes in, and Patrick Willis doesn't fall for the bait. He goes in for the sack, and what a stop by the 49ers. Now this game is not over. Joe Montana on his first pass of the game throws an interception, but Carolina still has 3 timeouts. So if they can get a stop here, it is pay dirt for them. Now look at Roger Craig out here making some moves. Nice tackle there by Mike Minter, and Carolina uses their first timeout of the game. Montana gets under center, is going to hand the ball off to Roger Craig. Roger Craig trying to get out to the edge. Roger Craig has got some blocks. Can Roger Craig get his longest run of the game? He absolutely can. Nearly breaks out of that tackle by Thomas Davis Sr., and Carolina uses one more timeout. 1:25 left. Carolina just has one single timeout, and Luke Kuechly in on the stop there, using their last one of the game. 2nd and 7, lining up in the pistol. The 49ers are ready for something here. They've got a guy kind of open. Vernon Davis is going to hold this one in. Vernon Davis is running on the left-hand sideline. Will he get into the end zone? He will. No one will catch up to him, and that is going to seal the game. Joe Montana can't believe it. He finally gets over that interception he threw earlier in the ball game, throws a touchdown at the end, and that seals the deal for the San Francisco 49ers. The Panthers are now down 12 points. Still, a touchdown can keep them into it, but they would need an onside kick to shore this one up. Now Cam again throws a strike. He's going to find Steve Smith, and Steve Smith is brought down at the 42. With it being 3rd and 5, this game feels like it's technically over, but technically the Panthers could still win this game if they get a touchdown, but they won't here. Picked off by Johnson. This one is going to go straight to the house unless Cam Newton gets a burst of speed here at the end. He's not. Johnson drives in, and that is going to be the game-winning pick 6 for the 49ers. This game was close. Steve Young messed up. Joe Montana messed up, but he redeemed himself, and now this defense bailed him out at the end, and this is going to be a W for the San Francisco 49ers to kick off the Legends franchise. And that will seal the deal. Joe Montana comes in, helps his 49ers team get the win. Cam Newton played pretty well, but a couple of bad decisions at the end ended up leading the 49ers getting the win, and the Panthers catching that L. To recap the stats in the first game of the Legends franchise, Steve Young did not have the best game of his career. He threw for over 200, but the 3 interceptions overshadowed his performance. Now Cam did get a touchdown and 200 yards, but 2 interceptions didn't do too well for him. But Joe Montana, despite his first pass being absolutely horrible, came in after with 2 completions, got a touchdown, and a game-winning drive. On the rushing side of things, Stephen Davis went off. 25 attempts for 135 yards, but no touchdowns for him. Roger Craig had 60, Cam Newton had 23, and Steve Young had 26 and a touchdown as well. There was a 4-way tie for top receptions with Greg Olsen, Musa Muhammad, Steve Smith, and Roger Craig. None of those guys really getting over 70 or so yards. You did see a touchdown there by Steve Smith. Also touchdowns by Vernon Davis at the end, with Terrell Owens getting a monster grab in the end zone. Defensively, Luke Kuechly led everybody with 9 tackles. He saw Fred Dean get 8 along with 2 sacks. Patrick Willis had 7, Romanowski had 6, and there were a lot of guys that contributed overall today for both teams. To recap the sack department, you see Fred Dean with 2, Chris Jingas with 1, Julius Peppers with 1, Brian Young got 1, Bill Romanowski and Justin Smith both got 1 as well. And as you saw, there were a lot of interceptions in today's game. Jimmy Johnson getting 1, Mike Minter, Bill Romanowski, Shaq Thompson, Ricky Manning, and Josh Norman all got 1 interception today. And again, if you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more of the Legends franchise, make sure you guys crush the like button. Let's go for 500 likes in this first video. Make sure you guys subscribe for more videos like this one and check the playlist on the screen and watch another one right now. I'll catch you guys on the next one.